retired Bob, and retired Eric. And we're over here at the Orlando Wetlands today, taking pictures of wildlife, birds, we think.
We hope.
We hope. And we're both using Nikon Z50 cameras. Eric, you have, which camera do you have?
Z50.
Eric has the Z50,
Z50.
okay? And I have the Z52. Both of them are excellent cameras. And these are our main cameras we're going to be using today, along with our cell phone.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we're using an iPhone 16.
Right now?
Yeah. And the iPhone 16 is what's taking the picture right now. And you have an iPhone as well.
I do, an iPhone 17.
iPhone 17.
Yeah.
And we both are going to be using these two cameras, as well as our iPhone, to take some pictures out here at the Orlando Wetlands.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
The entrance to the Orlando Wetlands Center. This is the visitor center, and we'll be walking by this center and going down the road to the right to the boardwalk. This is early morning, and we just came to the Cypress Boardwalk Trail. And standing on the sign is a limpkin taking a look at us. Eric is having fun taking some pictures of the limpkin. You don't come across this too often. Wanting to get a picture of the limpkin and put his head right where I wanted it in the background, I worked at moving around to get where I thought was just about right. I liked the catch light on the eye, liked his beat, the light was coming over my shoulder, it looked good. As I waited, the limpkin turned and looked at me, and this, I think, was the picture I needed. Everything set up just about like I wanted it. As we're moving along the boardwalk, Eric and another person found a great blue heron over here. The blue heron wasn't that exciting, but further along the boardwalk, the rosette spoonbills were great. The sun was coming from behind now, so we're getting a silhouette shot, which I had to underexpose quite a bit to get this just about right. I do like the dark background that's blurred. I like the way the birds are sitting up on a rookery nesting area, and so the image worked out, I think, pretty good. Further along the boardwalk, having the same problem with the lighting, I once again underexposed, but the hingas on this brightly lit branch really stood out well. Backlighting of the heads of the ingra on the upper thirds against the dark background made the image work. Backlighting was fantastic. As the morning progresses, I think the birds pretty much leave and tend to roost, so we're not seeing very many birds anymore. I do switch my photography over from bird photography to my love and joy of taking pictures of flowers as well as butterflies. I switched Eric over to my Nikon 500 f/5.6 lens. On the lens, you'll now see Eric kneeling down, learning to use it, and I have a special grip handle to hold onto the lens if you're not using the monopod. Notice his elbow is resting on his knee to provide stabilization for the system. I have now switched my camera over to the standard ZDX 50-280 kit lens. While walking along the berm, I came across some Indian blanket plants. These plants have two different varieties that you see here, so it should be fun trying to get a great picture of this particular plant in many different ways. I moved around with the monopod on my camera until I could position the flower against a dark brown blurry background. It worked. The next Indian blanket flower I placed against a blurred green background, which set the flower off beautifully once again. The next flower I placed against a white background. I like it, but not as much as the other two. This is a 1 in a million shot. I got the great southern white in flight against the dark background, which I was trying to do. It just came out perfect. I was fortunate to get two little branches on either side of it to frame the butterfly. Also, bringing it in from the right, coming to the left, caught the eye coming from the left to right and stopped everything right where I wanted it to stop. The eastern fleaboon came up next as the flower we came across. I worked pretty hard to get the flowers right where I wanted them. The two white flowers were actually on the green background, and I placed the non-focused other flowers in a darker background which kind of worked. The eye coming in from the left to right worked out fine, and the upper 2/3 placement of the image worked out. Eric and I had fun today using our Nikon Z50 cameras. Hope you enjoyed today. Like the channel and subscribe.